What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at a boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of crash outs. That's right. My lord, we got 3 major crash outs yesterday, and it was a great time. It was a great time. Always love it when DSP is actually crashing out, and it's really funny because over here on my timeline, if you watch like my recommendeds, I actually have Almighty Tevin. Shout out to Almighty Tevin. Apparently he was streaming yesterday and his title was painstakingly discussing DSP's big crash out. Yes, and this was the crash out. The interesting was, of course, DSP decided to crash out about crashing out, and it was great. And of course, he's going to give you some nonsense. I'm here to counter his narrative and actually tell you the truth of what was going on. So you know what, let's get into it because this was a long one. I sped it up a bit, so we'll mostly focus on the crashing out. Okay, the other stuff no one cares about. So let's get into it.
DSP here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 3rd of February, 2026, the halfway point of my monstrously long 7 days of straight streaming this week. So how did today go? Well, today was interesting. Today was, once again, a great variety of content here on the channel. And there was some impromptu swapping around and switching last minute in the morning. Let's talk all about it. So originally, today I was scheduled to do a DSP morning show, which is only about a half an hour to an hour long hangout session that I do with my viewers before we start with a major gameplay stream. I changed my mind about that for 2 reasons. Number one, tomorrow we're doing Street Fighter 6, and we're actually doing Sagat's ranked placement matches. The idea is to play for a little bit beforehand, warm up in casual play, and then go to ranked to see how I do. Now, the problem with that idea is that if I did that on only around a 2 to 2.5 hour stream, it would basically mean we'd be rushing. Like, let's say I play and practice for an hour, then I maybe have time for my 10 placement matches, and by then it's probably the end of the stream. I'd much rather have more time to do it, so we feel more relaxed and we're not in some big, time crunch. So because of that, I said, it would make more sense to do a podcast today so we could do more gameplay tomorrow. Plus, on top of that, there was a news story that happened regarding Obsidian Entertainment.
First of all, I'm going to stop it here because already what is it? Already 1 minute into this video, he's already lying. The only reason why he did a podcast was because his last, 3 streams, he didn't hit a goal. And he's panicking. And whenever he doesn't hit a goal, he needs a boogie monster. He needs to create this narrative that the reason why he's failing is not because he's a sucky streamer, it's because of his trolls. It's always some outside factor that's the reason for why he's not successful. And again, Phil, no one's buying it. I mean, the reason why you... And again, let's stop playing these games. Your podcast and your morning show are the same exact damn thing. There's literally no difference. Your last morning show ran 2 hours. As long as your normal podcast, you discussed the schedule, you did begging, you discussed the news story. It's the same damn thing, Phil, okay? So you just wanted to give yourself the wiggle room to have 2.5 hours so that you can essentially just crash out. And of course, point the finger at your trolls and your detractors. And all this really was, I mean, let's brass tacks here. This was just a call to action by DSP. He wanted his dents to know, hey, the detractors are hurting my feelings and they're ruining my business. Come support. I haven't hit 3 goals on 3 streams, so come and support and give me money. That's all this was, okay? So, first lie debunked.
Which had been interviewed by Bloomberg and talked a heck of a lot about last year's performance, revealing that many of their games underperformed per the expectations. So I wanted to talk about that and actually cover it for today's podcast. I said, let's just do a podcast today.
And he didn't cover it. He read a Twitter news story. That's what he read. He read a Twitter news story, didn't provide any input, no feedback, other than, of course, corporations are bad. That was his fucking take. Anytime he's reading a story about a gaming company or whatever, his go-to take is corporations are bad. All they want is money, money, money. Again, no digging into the data, no actually looking specifically at what the numbers were, actually doing a comparison of what they thought the game should have made versus what they made. You know what I mean? Looking at their stock prices to see how it impacted their stock pricing. Actually taking a look to see what other games do they have down the pike, and did they actually move resources from that one game to a new game, which happens a lot, and that's the reason why the game suffers and doesn't do well. None of that analysis. No, it was corporations are greedy and bad. Just like every other just rudimentary take DSP has on news stories like this. literally. And all he does, he doesn't even read the goddamn news story. He looks at a Twitter post and does a 10-15 minute segment on a Twitter post. Anyway.
All right. So I did, and it was a long one. The whole first segment, I tackled the issue of how do you handle when you're someone like me, right? You're successful. Things are going good.
All right.
But
So successful.
you have a group of trolls who are hyper-focused and obsessed with you. Do you completely ignore them in all cases? Do you address them in all cases? Do you pick and choose? What happens if you do either? Because quite frankly, I get questioned all the time. Phil, how is it that you do what you do when you have so many idiots who are basically dogging you on the internet every moment? Basically exaggerating everything that happens, everything that you do. You know, and sometimes it's based on fact, sometimes it's not. Like, how do you keep going?
Okay, according to Phil, sometimes now it's based on fact and sometimes it's not. I want to show you something. This is my post from yesterday. These are my videos from yesterday. These are the 3 clips that I posted yesterday, okay? First one, DSP crashing out over crashing out, which was true. And of course, he started getting upset about his lesbian haircut. Nothing in there was a lie. This was a 42-minute segment, which was just a straight clip from his podcast. I didn't edit it. I didn't do anything to it. I basically just posted it as is. So again, no one is lying. Second video, DSP is now crashing out about lip smacking and getting called out on Street Fighter 6. This was a 15-minute segment where the man was crashing out over lip smacking, people making fun of him over lip smacking, and also someone called him out about him lying about his inputs and how you can go into Street Fighter and actually view what exactly he pressed. And the guy came in and said, dude, what you're saying is not true. What you're factually saying isn't correct. You are not being truthful when it comes to your inputs, and blaming that the netcode dropped your input. And of course, he ranted and raved about that. The last one here, this was a shorter segment, 9 minutes. DSP is now crashing out over the Illuminati, which essentially he was doing. He was talking about the 1%ers and how they control the world and the money and all this shit. I was just waiting for him to go off about the 12 Jewish bankers and what have you. You know what I mean? So literally 3 clips, none of them edited. There's just raw clips of him strictly crashing out. But yet he wants to say that detractors make up shit or whatever. Okay, Phil, whatever. Okay. The other thing here is too is he asked the question, how do you deal with trolls? Phil, we know you watch my content. I know you watch my content, right? I know, because you actually reference in your crash out about my content, my said content, and how I frame things or whatever, right? You know how you handle trolls? You don't. You ignore them. If you really want to know, and you spent an hour and a half yesterday crashing out about the tractors and trolls or whatever, I'm gonna give you the secret, brother. You don't engage and you ignore them. You don't. But you can't help yourself. Your ego is so to the point where no one can criticize you, no one can say anything negative to you, because for some reason you feel like that if you let one thing slide, it's gonna kill your business or whatever have you. You know what I mean? It's insane. I don't know how a person like you lives, Phil. Really, like my brain would explode worrying about all the mundane, stupid shit that's out there. Bro. You're talking about me. I mean, I'm a small channel. I'm a detractor channel who covers DSP. How low and pathetic can you get there, all right? I know who I am, and I know what I bring to the table, okay? All right? I accepted that. I have haters too, Phil. I have detractors that come on. I have people that shit on me on Twitter. I have people that shit on me on Kiwi Farms, Reddit, and so on. Do I engage with any of them? No. Because 1, it's the internet, and you can't control what the internet's going to say. 2, it's their fucking opinion. They can be critical and have an opinion or whatever. They want to make fun of you or fun of me or you or whatever. They have every right to do that. But yet you feel the need to engage and control the narrative at every fucking moment. That's why you're low cal. That's why you crash out. You always crash out. In the nearly 4 years that I've been doing content, I've never crashed out on stream or whatever because of anything. And I mean, there have been times where I've been actually have had valid reason to crash out, but I don't. Because why? Because you come off in the wrong. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter whether you're 100% correct. The person that crashes out is always going to be in the wrong and going to be mocked at and laughed at, okay? If you're looking for advice, Phil, it's just best to just shut up and not say anything. When you get a troll tip, don't say anything. When the fat cat power wash, whatever pop up on, don't say anything. If it bothers you that much, which we know it does, shut off fucking pop-ups. How about that? Just shut them off. Just shout them out, and that's it. Or maybe what you might want to do is do a manual review like you currently do now of your tips. Do a manual review of your kick subs, of the kicks, of the memberships, whatever. Do it all manual. Do it all manual. Somebody tips you or gives you a membership, you shoot them a shout out. If it's an Argentinian detractor, you ignore it. If it's that guy that posted a thing about your wife being fat or divorce lawyer, whatever, you ignore it. And that's how you handle it, Phil. And what you notice, Phil, is some of that will go away. It will. But we're talking about DSP here, the 220, who can't help himself. He really can't. He can't help himself. So that's never going to change. So I can hear it in the comment section now. Doody, why are you giving advice? Don't give him advice. He's not going to take the advice. He's not going to take the advice. It doesn't matter. Because, again, this is about his fragile fucking ego and about being right and not allowing, controlling the narrative like the cult leader he is. Good God, man. All right, he's going to keep going on about this. Let's see what else he has to say. Because I think I rambled on for like 8 minutes because he annoyed the shit out of me.
Well, there's no really definitive answer, and we talked about that at length. I went back and forth with...
Yes, Phil, there is a definitive answer. I gave you the goddamn definitive answer, and I've been giving you the same answer for years. Ignore it. Ignore it. If it bothers you that much, Phil, ignore it. I don't understand what's so hard about it. What is it? I'm guessing when Kat drops off Jasper so that he can watch him, she yelled at him because people call her fat. Is that what it is? So, you don't want to hear Kat yelling at you because people are calling her fat and she blames you and she tells you to do something. I don't know what it is, brother, but you just need to ignore it. And if you don't ignore it, you need to shut up about it because people are going to criticize you and make fun of you.
With a few people on stream about it because, I always have detractors and jerks in the chat.
Yes.
And I thought it was a pretty good segment. Now, of course, what they'll do is clip all of it out of context saying that I crashed out and all of that when literally none of that happened.
Again, you're so full of shit, Phil. You're so full. Let me go back to my videos. First one, DSP is now crashing out. DSP is now crashing out about crashing out. First video, 42-minute segment of him going off about crashing out and people saying that he crashes out. That was literally what he was doing. Next video, he's crashing out about lip smacking and calling out and getting called out about Street Fighter 6. A 15-minute segment where he had to tell someone that gave him money that he was a regard and stupid and everything else. That's right. A crash out. Last video, he's crashing up about the Illuminati and the 1% controlling the world. Nothing here is a lie, Phil. None of this was edited. None of this was clipped out of context. There is no commentary where I'm telling people, well, he meant this. No, these are your words, Phil. These are straight up your words that you spoke out of your mouth, okay? So again, no one believes you, Phil. Again, it's like, dude, it's like you're trying to herd cats. Essentially, he's trying to herd cats. And it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. It's trying to scoop up all the water in the ocean in your hand and put it in a container. You can't do it, brother. You just can't. I'm sorry. You could try, but it's never going to work out for you.
I urge you to watch the actual podcast from this morning to see the entire conversation.
No one needs to watch 2 hours of you crashing out, brother. They can go to my channel or one of the other detractor channels and they can get it clipped and they can look at specific segments. They don't need to hear you drone on for 2 hours about how, or you crashing out about 2 hours telling people you don't crash out.
In context, and I think you'll understand where I'm coming from. But, in summary, I'm doing a lot better now. I don't really have to worry about going crazy
Phil.
Reacting to every little thing. Every once in a while, if I want to joke about it or laugh about something that a detractor's doing, I can, but it's not so serious where it's like end of the world stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm happy for that. I'm happy that I'm now successful enough that I don't have to worry about the little things that they're saying and doing the crap videos they're making. They don't affect me toxically or negatively in any way. I'm still good. Okay?
Are you trying to self-soothe yourself, Phil? Is that what you're trying to do here? You're trying to self-soothe like, oh, it's okay. They're not impacting me. They're not impacting me while you rock in your chair like a mental patient. Bro, you don't crash out for 2 hours and talk about how it doesn't impact you, okay? All right? You just don't do that. You don't spend 2 hours hyper-focusing on a negative thing that doesn't impact you. You know what I mean? It would be like me hyper-focusing on, I don't know, men that like to wear makeup because they like to look younger. It doesn't impact me. I don't give a shit. So I would never spend 2 hours crashing out about men who like to wear makeup to make them look younger. I'm not talking about like, you know, trans folks or drag people. I'm just talking about people in general that like to use a little bit of makeup just to make them look younger or whatever. I don't give a shit. It doesn't impact my life. I don't care. I would never spend any amount of time talking about it. But DSP wants you to think that it's perfectly normal to spend 2 hours hyper focusing on something that doesn't affect him. That, sir, is bullshit, okay? And no one, brother, no one on this planet believes you. Not even you. I'm pretty sure you don't even believe yourself. But I guess you got to self-soothe there, man. You got to find a new way to deal with your stress, Phil. You really do, because this nonsense over here spending 2 hours crashing out. I mean, I like it as a detractor because it gives me nothing but nonstop content, which Doody definitely enjoys that. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm trying to look at it from a lens of a non-detractor. And, bro, this isn't healthy. And no one's believing you, brother. I'm sorry. It just is not working out.
Then I did talk about the whole Obsidian Entertainment story and more, and we chilled and hung out. It was a long, almost 2-hour podcast, a really good one. I hope that you'll check it out and give it a look if you didn't have a chance.
Yeah, no one cares. And then he did Hollow Silk Song. One dent came in and hit the goal.
It's a combination of a supermarket sim and horror, which is a really unique combination.
This is the night stream.
Natural ghosts and monsters break into the spill at all. I might even try to purposely choose a thumbnail that doesn't hour tops. Then Street Fighter 6 Sagat will do a little. So what's tomorrow? Tomorrow, there will be a DSP morning. We'll be checking out a lot of these during Friday's marathon. We played the demo.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't care. He didn't hit the goal. He wasn't happy. He actually wage quit early, and he spent 30 minutes trying to go 220 and to give him money. That's essentially what happened on the night stream, folks. If you're curious, Doody posted the video. I have a video here. It is. And by the fact, the unrecorded beg segment was Phil crashing out about the live stream fails. That's right. And I'm going to do a video about that because I think it's kind of funny. But DSP apparently got upset that a huge Reddit channel decided to host or to highlight him for his complaining about receiving $20 playing Call of Duty, which is epic. And that's what probably caused most of the meltdowns yesterday. So I'll do a separate video on that. And then, of course, here, Phil wage quitting Indy. Indy tries it so that he can go. You know, he did it for 40 minutes. He did it 40 minutes earlier to try to go ICS or 220 to give him money, which is pathetic. Anyway, folks, the video ran long. My apologies, but I decided to rant and rave against this fucking lunatic. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.